Christion Willett here, the voice of my generation. Listen, self-love is discipline. The way you treat yourself, the way you carry yourself, it speaks a lot about how you love yourself. And what I want to get you to understand, when you can find discipline to do the things that you don't want to do, even when it's hard, even when you want to give up, even when you want to quit, when you can find the discipline to be the man that God has called you to be the woman that God has called you to be, when you can find the discipline to overcome any adversity, to overcome any heartbreak, to overcome all the hard things in your life, that's when you truly start to love yourself. That's when you truly start to love your life. And today we're going to be talking about that self-discipline really means love. That when you love yourself, that means you're disciplined to something. That means you're disciplined to yourself. That means you're disciplined to a grind. That means you're committed. When you discipline, you're committed. And that means that you love yourself. It means that you love waking up every day. It means that you love yourself enough to commit to doing the right thing, even when nobody's watching, even when it's hard, even when it gets lonely, you're committed to doing the right thing. First, I want you all to like and subscribe and share. We want to change 1 billion lives. So that means that I need your help. It means that I need your help being a kind person. It means I need your help being a leader for your community. It means I need your help being a better big brother. It means I need your help being a better big sister, being a better father, being a better mother, whatever your case may be, being a better teacher, a coach. I need your help so that we can change 1 billion lives. Because when I change your life, then you're going to take that impact and change more lives. That's how we change 1 billion lives. I don't do it alone. I can't do it alone, but I can do it with your help. So make sure that you like and subscribe. Christion Willett, the voice of my generation. Self-love equals discipline. When you can discipline yourself, when you can commit to something, when you can be dedicated to something, that's how you know you love yourself. That's how you know you love the grind. That's how you know you love the process, when we can be disciplined to it. Discipline means that you're going to show up every single day, even when you don't want to. Discipline means even when it's the hardest day, when you don't want to get up, when you don't want to go to work, when you don't want to show up, you're still going to show up because you're disciplined to it. And discipline and commitment and sacrifice, they all go with each other. Because when you can be disciplined to something, it means you're committed to something. When you could be disciplined to something, that means you're willing to make the sacrifice for something. And when you can be disciplined, that means that you're showing self-love. So let me give you a few examples of what it means to show self-love through discipline. Okay? If you know that you want to lose 100 pounds, right? Let's say you're overweight. You want to lose 100 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever your case may be. It could be 10 pounds. You go into Kroger. When you see the snacks, when you see the cupcakes, you say, nope, I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm trying to lose weight. Me eating cupcakes is not going to help me lose weight. That's self-discipline. If you're married, you got a family, you got kids, you committed to your wife. You go into the mall, you go out in public, you're at the gym. And a young girl coming up to you, or a girl that's not your wife, and you know she's interested in you, but as a man, I'm married. I'm sorry. I appreciate you. I appreciate the compliment. That's self-discipline. When your boss has just been on you every single day, and he's been cussing you out, treating you wrong, you ain't been enjoying work, but you still show up every day. Maybe you just showing up until you get a new job, but you still showing up every day. You're not quitting. It's called self-discipline. So when you do these things, when you discipline yourself to show up in the hardest moments, you're proving to yourself that you really love yourself. You're proving to yourself that you truly are in love with who you are because you're disciplined to it. All right, now let's flip this around. What if you know you want to lose 50 pounds, but you're still buying cupcakes? You still going to the store, when you see the snack, the chips and the cakes, you're like, okay, I'm just going to put a couple in the basket. You're not loving yourself. You're not loving yourself. You at the gym working out. You see a girl come by that's not your woman. She's interested in you. She's like, you want to go out sometime, and you give her your number. You're not loving yourself. Your boss, he cussing you out and he going in on you and you just stop showing up to work and you stop getting a paycheck. You're not loving yourself. When you are disciplined to something, even when it's hard, you're proving to yourself that you still love yourself. You know why? Because you're doing it for future you. When you're doing it for future you, you're not thinking about you in that moment. You're making a selfish decision if you know you want to lose weight, but you still going to go buy cupcakes. You're making a selfish decision to give your number to a girl at the gym when you know you got a wife. You're making a selfish decision to just quit your job and don't show up back for work just because your boss being hard on you. Those are selfish decisions. You're not loving yourself. How can you love yourself when you're being selfish? How can you love yourself when you're not being disciplined? Because you're not thinking about future you. Yeah, right now in that moment, eating a cupcake when you're trying to lose weight might not hurt you, but you're hurting future you. Right now in that moment, giving that girl your number may seem innocent, but you're hurting future you. Right now, it just might seem that's the best thing to do, just to quit the job and not show up again because your boss being hard, but you're hurting the future you. You're not being disciplined to yourself. You're not loving yourself. So let's figure out, all right, let's talk about this. How can we be disciplined to ourselves, and how does that equal love? All right. The way we can be disciplined to ourselves, the first thing is this. Show up in the hardest moments. Even when you don't want to. Even when you tired. You just don't. You want to give up. You don't care anymore. Still show up. I promise you, it's literally like it's like a rep. It's kind of like something you get used to. When you continually to show up, even when you don't want to, it's gonna become more easy. Because it's your DNA now. It's you. And when you show up for yourself, remember you loving yourself. I promise you, let's go back to the analogy of losing weight. When you're trying to lose 15 pounds and you just keep going to the gym every day, you keep eating healthy, man, you loving yourself. And remember, you doing that for future you. But what if it's that Wednesday and you know you're supposed to go to the gym today. You know you got cardio day. And you just like, man, I don't want to show up today. You hurting yourself. You hurting future you. All them steps forwards we just took, you took a step back. That's not loving yourself. That's not being committed to yourself. That's not being disciplined. But when you show up every day, future you is going to be so grateful. I promise you, y'all. I promise you, y'all, when you show up every day, future you is going to be so grateful. And I'm telling you, listen, y'all, and I'm telling you this by experience. I remember when I played football. I remember the up and coming before I lost my scholarship, man, I wasn't showing up every day. Yeah, I was going to practice, but I wasn't locked in. I wasn't locked in and focused. I wasn't dedicated to it. So when I lost my scholarship, it was easy for me to just be, man, whatever. Because I wasn't showing up. But when you show up to something, I owed it to my future self to show up every day, to give myself an opportunity to chase my dreams. So listen, y'all, I'm telling you, I learned from that experience. And that's why I show up every day, to motivate you, to inspire you, to get you to get up, to love yourself. I'm showing up I can't quit on this. This is my purpose. I can't quit on this. I can't give up on this. I'm going to show up every single day to be the voice of my generation, to help my younger generation, to help my younger community, to help my people, to help any generation, to help anybody who just needs it. I'm going to show up. And that's the discipline to it. I still go through hard days. I still go through hard moments in my life. I still go through grievances. I still go through moments where I want to quit. But I'm going to keep showing up because it's bigger than me. And that's the next reason why you got to show up. Y'all, you got to show up because it's bigger than you. It's not just about you. You're not showing up just for yourself. You're not showing up just for you. Remember, that's called being selfish. And there is no such thing as love and selfish cannot exist. Love and selfish are just two things that cannot exist. And it's called being selfish because you keep trying to show up just for you. And I promise you, if you just showing up just for you, it's going to be a time in your life where something going to be too hard and you're going to quit. When you show up just for you, you are going to quit on yourself because you don't have a bigger why, because you don't have a bigger purpose, because you don't got bigger dreams, because you don't got bigger ambitions. When you just doing it for you, you're not showing self-love and self-discipline. When you trust the process, when you showing up for something bigger than you, what if we showed up for our family, y'all? What if we showed up for our community? What if we showed up for those who quit, who don't believe? What if we showed up for those right now who sleeping in abandoned buildings, who going through hard times, who just need some help, some motivation? What if we showed up for your... See, listen, y'all don't think like this. Y'all don't think about your manager got a family. Y'all don't think about your coworkers got kids to provide for. What if because you didn't show up, everybody lost their job? What if because you didn't show up, they got to shut the whole company down? And I'm telling you, you're going to have to show up even when it's hard. And sometimes you're going to have to show up even when you don't want to. But what if you showing up for something that's bigger than you? Being disciplined to it, being committed to it, making the sacrifice to say, even though I do not want to be here, even though it's hard right now, and maybe I'm just waiting for another opportunity, that's fine. Maybe you're waiting for a better opportunity. But what if you just kept showing up until it came? What if you just kept showing up until they just said, man, we got to promote this person? And that's called discipline, and that's called self-love. And not only is you practicing self-love, but you practicing love for others. Because you're thinking about more than just you. You're thinking about the man next to you. That's the real definition of love, when you just don't think about just yourself. You think about everybody it affects, every person it affects, every relationship that it affects, everyone who's going to benefit from your... Listen, I promise you, I heard this from one of my favorite speakers. He says this: one man's discipline, one woman's discipline can change an entire generation. When you think about people like Martin Luther King, his discipline to wanting to have civil rights. When you think about a man like Jesus, his discipline to die on the cross. When you think about your mama, your grandparents, the slaves, they disciplined to just keep going, even though everything was telling them to quit. How you think you here? You here because somebody was disciplined. You here because somebody committed. You here because somebody didn't give up. You here because somebody took a chance. You here because of discipline and love, and somebody believed in themselves. So why stop with you? Why stop with your generation? Why stop with your life? Don't give up. Be disciplined. Be committed to it. And I promise you, you're going to see the results. I promise you're going to see your life change. But it takes every single day. Not just a year, not 2-3 years, not a month, not a couple weeks, every single day. And I promise you the results is going to be amazing. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Remember, we want to change 1 billion lives. And remember, I do that through you, right? By me changing one person's life, you're going to change 10, 15, 100 people's lives. And now that's added to that 1 billion. So please make sure that you like and subscribe and share. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Christion Willett here, the voice of my generation. I'm out.